They could have done a better job with Dragonov's costume. Are you fucking kidding? This is fucking dripped out to the max. He makes Leroy look like a homeless person. This guy is 26 years old. This dude is 26 years old. I'm 12 years older than this man. Like, that's a lot of vodka. That's a lot of vodka. And I mean, his whole thing is that he's Frost Nova. He's from the winter landscape, right? I mean, you can't have paler skin than Dragonov, right? He never sees the sun, but he looks like someone who's been going to Thailand about 8 months per year since he was 5. Like, but you know, I'm saying this as a compliment. I love the roughness of his face. Like, he's survived a lot of wars, right? This dude has survived a lot of wars. And I want to stress, the day after now, I've seen, it's been a couple of days since we've seen this reveal, and it's, Dragonov's design is one of the best so far. He is so cool in this game. And like the other guys, he looks proper next gen. He looks Unreal Engine 5. Sorry, ladies, you guys look like trash compared to the guys. It's the guys these days that give us the rock hard boners. I ain't gonna lie. The guys look so good. Like Lars, Hwoarang, Kazuya, and he just joins the team. He looks so good. He looks perfect in this game, in my opinion. He looks perfect. And honestly, this drip, I love Dragonov. Like, ever since Tekken 6, I've been very interested in the character. But with his Tekken 8 rendition, I'm gonna play him a heck of a lot more just because of this outfit. Like, I loved the coat in Tekken 7, but this is so much cooler. It's got that vibe of like, I'm on a military operation, but I'm also slightly casual. You know, you're in the military, so you're not going to want formal wear when you're on a, you know, campaign or whatever, hanging out. You're gonna want the stuff that's like comfy as well. And he's right in the middle. And apparently he's on vacation. In the lore, he's on vacation. And yeah, I don't know, this coat with the fur, the pants, military pants, the proper military boots, heavy duty boots, and this shirt right here. Has he ever looked better in a game? I would say no. I would say literally, dude looks twice as good as he does in Tekken 7. And Tekken 7 was his best look. What I also hope we can do is, as cool as this coat is, to give him an even more casual look, remove the coat. So it's simply the pants and this very casual military button-up. Would be so cool. And also in the trailer, you know, he does his rage art. And it seems to be heavily... It seems to be the Tekken 7 rage art, but modified. Brian's on his knees, bowing down to the mighty Dragonov, and he charges up his Frost, what is it called? The back 1+2 Frost Hammer? It's called something along, half his move list is Frost, Nova, Ice. He does his back 1+2, and it's like, you get almost a winter landscape. There's like ice and snow everywhere, and it's such a cool touch. And it's a bit like, you know, Leroy, when he does his rage art, it summons like a black dragon but flies through the opponent. I really like cool details or effects like that. It really adds to the characters, I think. Blizzard Hammer. Thank you, Blizzard Hammer. So, yeah, I just wanted to say again, but I think that Dragonov's look is perfect in Tekken 8. He's one of the best redesigns so far. And they've given us a lot of good redesigns. And I also want to talk about Yoshimitsu quickly, in that when I saw him for the first time, I kind of wanted to dismiss it because he looked like a pretty generic, edgy Sekiro boss or Power Rangers thing. But the more I've looked at it, the more I think it's actually edgy in a pretty cool way. And I like, they could have done something super original, like with Tekken 7, they turned him into a squid. That was very original. A lot of people didn't like it, a lot of people liked it, but I thought it was very creative. And now they sort of go back instead to Tekken 3. They give us Retro Yoshi. Tekken 3 Tag 1. And, you know, that was his best design ever. So is it awful going back in that direction? But they still changed it enough where now he looks pretty scary and intimidating. I like the black with the blue and the red. I do have to say that even though I feel they could have been more creative, he still looks cool. He looks cool. So I'm gonna say that it's, in general, I feel that's positive. Yoshi looks cool and intimidating. So, yeah, I'm gonna give him a thumbs up on this one. And I was also a bit negative on Steve. When I saw him in the trailer, I saw, you know, he's opening up up here. You know, he has a cleavage. It's so deep a cleavage that it's showing abs. So he's basically a YouTuber influencer fuckboy that does 25 Instagram stories per day, starting with, hey, bro, you know, I just don't like that vibe. I really dislike that vibe. But does he look great? That aside, if that little detail aside, it's like this outfit is absolutely amazing. And it actually has a little tribute to Tekken 4 Steve with these belts hanging here. They love belts in Tekken 8. Belts are everywhere. Literally every character has belts hanging. And in Tekken 4 the belts would be higher, but it's nice to see them back. And the black boots, red pants with the UK flag, it looks really, really good. And, you know, he has the white shirt and then the blue jacket with the golden emblem on it, with the chain, his trademark blue gloves, classic blonde hair. He looks really, really cool. I don't like the cleavage, but it's like everything else is kind of 10 out of 10, I have to say. He looks really good. It's such a beautiful blend, again, with legacy and something new. And I feel like that's what they should have done with Brian, and they didn't do with Brian, in my opinion. He went too legacy. They went Tekken 3, OG Brian, and added a few grenades. And I feel like Brian should have been more. But they gave us that black Blade Runner jacket. So that's really cool. We're going to be able to customize Brian really well. And then some thoughts on Shaheen. Anything is an improvement on Tekken 7 Shaheen. Tekken 7 Shaheen is not a design. He is a... what should I even call it? Is it even a blueprint? What is Tekken 7 Shaheen design? It's like going out and finding a generic rock. It's not even a template. It's not a blueprint. You just go out and you find a rock outside, and you say, this looks like a rock, and it looks like any other rock. And he also has the... this is a really good analogy. And he has the... and Shaheen also resembles a rock in another way. He has... Tekken 7 Shaheen has the personality of a rock. He looks like a rock, and he has the personality and charisma of a rock. And he also has a rock inside his anus. Yeah, so anything basically is an improvement. So this, I think, is... yeah, insert Dwayne Johnson reference here. But this is a significant improvement. There are things going on here. We have colors that pop. We have blood red here. I like the light blue to contrast that. And then it's black. And then suddenly it becomes a little bit more like subdued. Like black coat or brown. And then beige pants. Looking more normal. And then black boots. But the red and blue here in contrast really make him pop. And it's a scarfish thing here, the blue thing hanging. And he looks at, and I like the black arm protectors, gauntlets. No, not gauntlets. I don't know what we call this. Gloves. But it looks really good. And he looks a little bit more intense here. Shaheen looks cooler, looks a bit like Rashid in Street Fighter 6. But this is also a character where not only the character design itself has to be reworked, but so does the gameplay. He was so painfully generic in Tekken 7. Why should I play Shaheen when I can play Law, who does the same thing but with much more color and cool stuff going on? So yeah, I'm really hoping he sees a lot of cool gameplay tweaks, and if he does, he becomes a much richer character, and he's going to be a big contribution to the roster. The only Middle Eastern character would really mean a lot. Let's see, do we have any other character we want to talk about? I thought this was pretty neat and cool that he's wearing the Heihachi outfits, you know, not the pants, but the jacket, vest, Heihachi vest, and his arm wraps, headband, and ankle wraps. And basically, I read the lore, if you will, where it's like he won't accept that Heihachi has died. That his master has died, and he knows that Heihachi is out there somewhere. He just needs to find him. And he's trained in the Mishima Ryu techniques in Heihachi's absence. And there's a picture of him on the Japanese Tekken website where he does Demon's Breath, 1+2. So you will actually have some Heihachi attacks, more so than before. You know, he had the Demon Uppercut, forward 2. He tries to do Heihachi's Hunting Hawk, but he lands on his ass. And he has a Bear Hell Sweep. But so he's going to have more Heihachi techniques, which is really cool, I think. So a little tribute to Heihachi there. And then Leo, I don't know. I feel like they've given Leo more feminine proportions, don't you think? It's not like she has the Kardashian hips, right? But certainly seems more slender than Tekken 7, right? Looks more slim. I feel like legs are longer. Little bit more cutish in the face, right? I think so. I do believe, but looks very Final Fantasy now. The design is better, has more things going on than Tekken 7, which is quite generic. And again, we can't get enough of belts in Tekken 8. We need belts everywhere. But again, the colors pop a little bit more. It looks very Final Fantasy, but I do like the red details here on the boots, and red on the jacket here really pops. Really makes you notice Leo a little bit more than you do in prior games. So I think a good redesign, and it certainly seems like body proportions have been changed quite a bit. Looks a little bit more feminine here, I would say. But looking good. Leo's looking good, and I can't wait actually to see a reveal trailer for Leo. I'm sure we get one to see what's going on with the gameplay, if something interesting is happening there. Maybe some interesting heat mechanic, because Leo is quite generic and suffers the modern Tekken character syndrome we've seen since Tekken 6, added with Bob, and there's just nothing interesting going on gameplay-wise. There are no clear weaknesses, no clear strengths. They all do everything in a way, and it's, to me, really dull. So I'm hoping something interesting happens there.